What the fuck is the energy for this episode?
It's a baby named Frank, dude.
That's the name of the episode?
Hello, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Atomic Radio Hour. I'm your host, Vince, and I'm also here with...
I'm your shady man, Declan.
This is episode 21.
Is it now?
It is. We are a post-nuclear podcast. How you been, my friend?
I've been good. I am, quite tired.
Yeah?
I'm approaching the end of my semester, and things are pretty intense.
Have you learned a lot?
Yeah.
Changed a couple of hearts,
Yeah.
changed a couple of minds.
Sounds like some song lyrics you got there.
Oh,
How have you been? You just got back from vacation.
yeah. I'm a new man. I'm a new Southern loving man.
Yeah, apparently the South is quite magical.
There was a moment when I was driving. I had driven 7 or 8 hours to get to Atlanta, right?
Right.
I was driving and I just needed somewhere to stay, just like a warm pillow to rest my head for a few hours. So I found this hotel, and it was cheap. And I walk into the foyer of the hotel, and there was the sweetest Southern black lady, looks me right in the eyes and goes, "Baby, what you need?" And I was like, oh my god.
You feel so at home.
I was like, this is what it feels like to be hugged with words. I was like, thank you, sweet Southern black lady. Just give me the cheapest room you have. And I wanted to thank her in the morning for her kind. You ever see that picture where it's like the deer person feeding someone? He's like, thank you, you saved my life.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like. I wanted to go back and be like, thank you so much for your kindness. But she was gone.
That's awesome.
Oh, dude, I love the South. Everybody was so nice. There's a Chick-fil-A every 2 miles. Oh.
That's incredible.
But, you know what the South doesn't have?
What doesn't the South have?
South doesn't have Shady Sands.
Oh?
Welcome to Atomic Radio Hour. We sell podcasts and segways.
Tell me about it.
Shady Sands is the capital and the birthplace of the new California Republic. By 2241, the population had reached tens of thousands of people.
Tens of thousands?
Tens of thousands, because it's all of California and into parts of Mexico.
Damn. Are we talking about the NCR at large, or just like Shady Sands as a settlement?
No, like I don't know if it's. I think it's I don't know if it's considering the settlement, or if it's considering the state of New California, or the country, or whatever it is of New California.
The sovereign entity.
Wow, look at the fucking SAT words on Declan.
Yeah.
It's built entirely from scratch, was founded in 2142 by dwellers of Vault 15 using a GEC.
So that's like an actual proper use of a GEC. Go figure.
And I don't recall, but I think Vault 15 was a control vault.
Can
you Google that?
Sounds like it rings a bell. I can check though.
In 2161, Shady Sands was a small, thriving settlement, completely self-sufficient, managing to irrigate some of the wasteland soil to support their crops, drill a well to provide them with water, and even establish Brahmin herds. But their main problems were the Great Khans and rad scorpions, which the Great Khans later kidnapped Tandy, which I think I spoke about before in our Raider episode.
I think so.
But we'll get a little more into Tandy later on. Did you find anything about that vault?
It was supposed to stay closed for 50 years, and it was technically an experiment. It was populated by people with extremely different and diverse ideologies and cultures.
Huh, really?
So it's kind of a light experiment, but definitely like an actual, like, real one that I could see happening.
It's like the Manhattan of vaults.
Yeah, kinda. They just kind of packed as many people in there that they could of different ideas, and the different raider tribes kind of emerged from there, and it was also the founding village for Shady Sands. That's actually a really good one.
Yeah.
It's not like 10 people in a panther.
That's a great one. What are you talking about?
But this one's actually, like, real.
You don't think 10 people in a panther could be real?
Oh, I think it could be real, but it's a lot more maniac-like.
You never partied with a panther.
You're correct. I've never partied with a panther.
So, the NCR, like I just said, was born within Shady Sands. This is right off the wiki. Following the establishment of the NCR, the township expanded rapidly, eventually transforming itself from a small agricultural settlement into the largest population center in the NCR and the largest population in all of post-nuclear America.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, real good. And it's only like 100 and something years. Not even?
Yeah.
No, it's just under 100 years. It's like 90 something years. 2161.
Damn, they did well for themselves.
Yeah, they also had a GEC.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps a lot.
So, Shady Sands, being a small little settlement, was run by a man named Aradesh, which is the coolest fucking name ever.
That's a pretty good one.
Very, yeah. He was, he's in charge of Shady Sands when the player character gets there. And him, along with his daughter Tandy and a guy named Seth, wind up...
a guy named Seth?
A dude named Seth.
You've got Aradesh, you got Tandy, and Seth. I mean, every group needs a Seth.
Yeah. Can you think of a more unattractive name than Seth? Keith, but that's a give me.
I mean, I wouldn't just, like, call out every Seth and Keith.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like...
Like, I've got an Uncle Keith.
Yeah, and what does Uncle Keith look like? Not that there's anything saying about looks, but how does he act, I should say. I'm sorry.
He's good. Like, he does real well for himself. He has, like, a family.
Yeah, but you know who else has a family?
Who?
A lot of people that are fucking named Keith.
I guess you're right.
Like, let me ask you this. Are there babies that are just, like... When you have a baby, do you name it, like, Franklin or Frankfurt or, like... Francis, because, like, imagine just seeing a baby and it's like, this baby's name is Frank.
All I can think of is Frank. Now, the people at home don't know who Frank is, but Vince and I have a friend whose dad is named Frank, and all I could picture is this man's face just on the body of a baby. And that's the funniest thing ever. Just smoking a cigarette, sitting on like a fucking Harley.
No, but
he's like, just got out of the womb. You got a light.
Like, dude, if you were like, this is my baby Frank, I'd be like, was he born with stubble? Like, fucking Frank. Son.
Frank, come on the podcast.
A baby named Frank.
That's a good name for a band.
Oh, that would be.
A baby named Frank.
How about Frank and the Babies? So, Aradesh was voted to be the leader of the NCR, and he led from 2189 to 2196. After his election, he went on an expedition to find Vault 13. He went missing and was proclaimed dead. His daughter Tandy took his place. Now, when you meet Tandy in Fallout 1...
Yes.
She's 16. When you meet Tandy in Fallout 2, she's 96.
Does that much time really change between the two games?
Yeah, because you're the grandson of the player character.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And she dies at 103.
Jesus, in this wasteland?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Nobody lives to be that long.
Unless you're a ghoul.
I guess you're right, yeah.
But I don't think she was ghoulified.
Yeah, I don't think there was any mention of that. Jeez, what a long life.
Yeah.
And I mean, being the president at 16 and then staying president until you die at 103? Jesus Christ.
I don't
That's a lot of pressure.
I don't think she was 16 when she became president. I think if I read it correctly, she was president for 50-something years.
That's so many years.
Yeah. Because the game ends... I don't remember the date when the game is supposed to end, like quote-unquote end. But I think Fallout 1 is supposed to take place over 3 months?
Okay.
I could be wrong. But once she took power, she opened trade routes between Junktown and the hub, something that her father was very reluctant to do. She soon dominated the Brahmin trade on the entire West Coast. She was
an enterprising individual.
Yeah. And she was the most liked president of the NCR.
Out of
all of the presidents, there's 5 of them. There's her father, Aradesh, Tandy. I don't remember the 2 in the middle, and then there's President Aaron Kimball, I believe his name is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the current dude.
Yeah, if you don't kill him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then there's Seth. So Seth founded the New California Rangers and held the role, or the rank, of First Ranger.
Oh, that's pretty rad, though.
Yeah.
Seth did well for himself.
Yeah, for being named Seth.
Yeah.
Here's a little fun fact for you. The NCR money, the dollar coins were minted coins that were backed by gold.
Were they?
Yeah, the NCR backed their money by gold. I don't know how, but I think they took a lot of inspiration from the old world.
Yeah. Which, like, we saw how that turned out. How else is it going to turn out this time?
Well, look at New Vegas.
Yeah.
They're trying to tax everybody and just kind of walk in where they feel like they're needed.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Nicaragua. They know what they did. The $5 bill sports Aradesh's face.
Okay.
The $20 bill is Seth of the First Rangers. And the $100 bill is President Tandy.
Awesome.
I just thought that was
the
really
most liked
neat.
got the 100, so that's pretty good.
There was supposed to be a $500, but they cut it last minute.
Just like from the game, or like just like they didn't have a use for $500 bills in canon?
No, they wanted to put it in, well, I mean, I guess both. They wanted to put it in New Vegas, and they thought that they were going to put Kimball as the face.
Yeah.
If you did a certain quest line, but they never worked it out, I guess.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I really I like shit like that, because I knew that Tandy was the face. Like, that was one of the first connections I had to the original Fallouts.
Yeah.
Was that Tandy, they were like, someone from the original Fallout is in the money somewhere, kind of.
Yeah, like, I really appreciate that. But, like, a lot of Obsidian is from Black Isle. So you can expect those, like, really nice nods.
Yeah. I like that type of shit, even though I didn't play a lot of the first 2 Fallouts.
Yeah, I'm a bad Fallout fan. I really need to go back when I have time. A really bad Fallout fan. I really need to go back and play them. I might make that my summer game. I always have, like, 1 or 2 games that I really hardcore hit during the in-between semesters in the summer. So I might really try to gun for the early Fallouts.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you do, like, a maxed agility run, you are untouchable.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching something about, like, how to play Fallout 1. And, the guy was saying, like, if you do max agility and, like, luck, I think it was?
It's just like, oh, nothing can ever hit you because high luck, and high agility, you can just run away from everything.
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't know what constitutes your amount of times you can hit. It might be agility. So I think he was doing agility, luck, and melee. Okay. So he would run up to people, they wouldn't be able to hit him, and then he would be like, bam, 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 bam.
Like a D&D, like, monk build.
Kind of, yeah. It's very, I think you'd like Fallout 1 and 2, because it's very D&D, because I'm kind of, when I played I was
Fallout
like...
1 is based on GURPS, I think.
It was originally going to be GURPS, but they... I think I said this before on the show, and I could be wrong. They originally had a license to GURPS, and then Wizards or whoever owned D&D at the time was like, we're not letting you use GURPS. This game is far too violent. And I want to say Brian Fargo or somebody else, that their name is escaping me, wrote the special system in like 3 days.
Yeah, and I actually saw a thing where it wasn't arranged as special, and they like couldn't find a good way to arrange the letters. And then someone just like came into the office, slammed their hands on the table, and said, "It's an anagram for special."
Really?
Yeah, like they had it where like I think L was first, and it was like A and then I, and it like made no sense basically. And then someone just kind of like came to the epiphany.
I just saw this. I know what you're talking about. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because a little look behind the curtain. I was originally going to do special for the lore, and I said, you know what? Let's take it back to something older. I don't feel like I do enough justice for the older games. Yeah, it was originally ACELIPS.
Yeah, A-slips.
Jesus. Yes. Tim Kaine, that's who I was thinking of, stated he originally was going to call the special system A-slips. And there's a video, and he said something in it that back then you didn't name. I don't know. I'm not even going to say because I'm not even sure. But there's only 3 games outside of Fallout that have ever used special.
Really?
It's Lionheart, which is an RPG from Black Isle. Hold on, let me back out of this one. A game called Simple. Oh, it was a simple version of Special.
Oh, okay.
And Torn Special, which I guess is a game called Torn that they kind of had its own version of it. But yeah, that's neat. I'm surprised. How did you know that? No, I shouldn't say I'm surprised you knew that because that's something you would know. But
well, because I'm super into tabletops, so like any semblance of RPG like elements from the Fallout games, I really like to hone in on, and I just really liked that fun fact.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
Did you see the trailer for the new Lion King movie?
I saw that a trailer was released, but I didn't. Oh wait, actually, I did watch the trailer. I saw it side by side with the original animated trailer, and it was like to the T, like perfect.
Okay, are you gonna go see that movie?
I probably will.
Because I just don't see why that movie is needed.
I mean, I don't see why it's needed. Like, we already have a Lion King movie, but like, it still looks pretty good.
Yeah, but there's nobody in it. Like, there's nothing. That movie is green screen the movie.
Yeah, it's all like CG. I know you don't like CG, so like I know you're gonna like hone in on that and like be critical of it because I just know it's a style that you don't prefer.
Well, it's not even that I don't like CG. It's like is that even really making a movie at this point? Like there's
there's a lot of technical value to making a movie that is mostly 3D or mostly 3D animation.
Yeah, but there's a lot of technical value that goes into making a sandwich.
I'm not so sure about that.
You're going to sit there and tell me that you don't think on some kind of small structural level that making a sandwich is just architecture? What if that bread's too thick? What if you have too many chips on one side? What if your tomatoes are not evenly sliced?
I concede to that. There is some technical ability to making a sandwich, but I don't see how you could evenly compare making a multi-million-dollar production to making a sandwich properly.
All right. Challenge accepted. What kind of sandwich are we making?
About a ham and Swiss.
Ham and Swiss, the classic. All right.
The classic.
You start off with the bread, right? Now, no matter what anybody wants to say, the bread is the most important part. And what is the bread in this situation? The director. How do you direct? Like, how do you direct CG film? Like, I get that you can, how do you direct an animated film? Like, I understand you can, but like, how do you direct? I just don't get it. Like, what's the point of making a movie that's completely, like, you can make a movie that's completely CG, but does that mean they were just going to like parts of Africa and filming parts of Africa and going, okay, we're going to animate Simba here and Timon and Pumbaa there. And like, why you got to shit on these classics? Like, did you see the Aladdin trailer?
No, I actually didn't.
Okay, neither have I. I'm not watching this shit. The Aladdin trailer, they have Will Smith as the genie.
Huh. I feel like Robin Williams the only genie.
That's arguably one of Robin Williams'
best
performances. It's so
that
good.
And Patch Adams.
I've actually never seen Patch Adams.
Good one. I definitely recommend it.
Did you ever see 24-hour video or photo?
No.
It's about, I think, I could be wrong. I've never actually seen it, but it's like always been on my list to check out. he is I think a serial killer or a stalker, and people come to him to develop film. Like, he works at like a CVS.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, oh, develop my film. And he's like slowly learning these people's lives.
Huh.
I don't know. It seems interesting. You cannot have anybody but Robin Williams be the genie.
I can agree with that.
Like, you're shitting on a legacy of a dead man. Like, this is someone who, when I was a child, brought so much laughter and so many smiles to my life. And you want to give it to the fucking Fresh Prince? Like, let's be honest. I don't think Will Smith is that great of an actor.
I mean, I think he's all right.
What's the last Will Smith movie you went to that you were like, wow, that really shook me to my core?
Probably like I Am Legend.
And I liked that movie.
I like that movie a lot.
We should review that movie next.
Yeah, it's actually a good apocalypse movie.
I really liked that movie.
Yeah.
But, like...
that one, like, made me feel things. Especially at the part where the thing happens.
Yeah, I mean... if you're a child, I guess.
Listen, I'm sensitive.
No, I just don't... like, I know why these movies are being made, because Disney didn't make all of the money, they just made most of it.
Yeah.
And...
I mean, I guess it's also, like, allowing for IPs that they already own to appeal to a new generation.
Then re-release the movie.
But, like, you don't get a lot of news cycles out of that. Let's be real.
No, it's because that... what do you mean by that?
Like, you understand the idea of, like, a news cycle, right?
Alright, don't talk to me like I'm a child.
No, I'm just, like, saying, because, like, I only learned about how, like, this is kind of an actual part of marketing, like, recently. How, like, people, or, like, companies will only give a small amount of information at a time over a long period of time so that they keep stealing the headlines and getting people, like... to focus on their product.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you can say, oh, the original Lion King is re-released on Blu-ray at 4K, but that's one news cycle for when they announce it, and that's one news cycle for when it comes out. But, like, now, anytime they
theaters.
Now, like, anytime they make a new trailer, or a new person gets confirmed to the cast for this new movie, they're getting so many more news cycles out of it, so many more eyes are getting put onto this product, and they already own all the intellectual property, so there's no, like, more licensing that has to go into it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
You're not wrong. It's
not
just...
that it's right.
Like, imagine if they remade the Iron Giant in CG. Half human, half CG. That movie's a national treasure.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, just because we can doesn't mean we should.
I agree with that.
The only reason I'm going to go see The Lion King is because Donald Glover is Simba.
And, like, I'm so for that.
And I think Beyonce is Nala.
Yeah.
Which, cool. And
that's what I would consider an all-star casting.
Oh, yeah, fine. It's an all-star cast, but, like, are you just going to make it CG and do the entire script again? Like,
I mean...
Beauty and the Beast came out again. Now they're doing this. And now we're getting Toy Story 4. Do we need Toy Story 4?
I don't know. I mean, like, I didn't like the third one particularly.
You didn't like
I liked one and...
You didn't like Toy Story 3?
I thought it was okay.
What the fuck you mean it's okay?
The first one is, like, irreplaceable to me.
And the
like,
second one?
Second one's... it's pretty good. I like it a lot. The third one's just like... alright, I guess. We have a third one now.
The fuck?
You're seriously telling me that you like 3 the best?
I don't like 3... well, it depends. I like all of them for different reasons.
And that's fair.
But, like, I think 3 is probably better than 2.
Yeah, you could probably convince me that over a series of arguments.
I mean, the first one is the first CG movie ever, and for, like, from an animation standpoint, even though I hate...
it's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, for the time it came out...
it's a good Pixar movie, yeah.
The only thing that, like, you watch it now and it's like, ugh, but... it didn't start looking like ugh until a few years ago, and I think they came out in 1990. That's an old, like, not an old movie, but, like, to be the first CG movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's nostalgia. That's all it is they're harping on nostalgia.
And nostalgia's great for news cycles.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I don't know, dude. I just don't like all these Marvel movies that come out. I don't feel like there's a sense of urgency with them. Like, did you saw the new one, right? The new Avengers?
Yeah. I like the Marvel movies.
Thanos
I think they're
Part 1.
entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I get that, but like, do you think they're art?
I mean, this is a whole nother discussion.
Well, no, answer just how? Just how?
Like, they're not pushing the boundaries of cinematography, but they're entertaining to watch, and a lot of work goes into them.
Just because a lot of work goes into something doesn't make it a quality product.
And that's fair. I acknowledge that.
But I feel like that's kind of your cop-out whenever we bring something like this up.
I don't know, like, I thought it was good. Now, what I do think is art, I think Thor Ragnarok is art. That movie's fucking incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never
the best
seen
Marvel movie, basically, fucking ever.
Really?
Yeah, it was directed so fucking well. Taika Waititi is a goddamn genius, and nothing can be wrong with that movie in my mind. It is so fucking good. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I own it.
Do you really?
Yeah, I actually own it. It's that fucking good that I bought it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just, like, I don't know. The event, like, okay, back when the Marvel movies started popping off, they gave us, like, a timeline of these movies are going to come out. So, like, when I go to the theater, it's not like, oh, no, Spider-Man's in trouble. As I do a shitty Batman. As I do a shitty Adam West. Like, I know that, like, if, the Black Panther is gonna, something bad happens to the Black Panther, or something happens to Captain America or Iron Man.
Well, Phase 4 has Black Panther 2 already scheduled, so.
See what I mean? Like, you knew where I was going with this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of investment, because it's honestly the type of thing that you can go in and turn your brain off and go, they did it again. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
But we're throwing millions at them. Fucking Thanos. I'm gonna call it Thanos 1. Thanos 1 made fucking like
so much
$4 billion.
So much money.
I mean, they could, Disney could have went to every single person on the planet and go, give me $1, and half of them could have said no, and they would have made that amount of money.
Yeah, that's kind of how Marvel movies are. They just kind of do that in America and most of Europe, and everyone pays like $8 to $16.
It's just, I don't know, man. I just don't. Do you go to the movies and like want to watch shit? Like,
yeah, I really enjoy going to the movies. I don't go very often because I like for it to be a treat, though.
See, I love going to the movies. I remember being little and like going to the movies was a fucking time.
Oh yeah, I still go to the movies with my grandmother.
Really?
Yeah, with Neen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Make sure you do that all the time.
Yeah, I fucking love doing it.
It just, I don't know, man. I used to love, you know what the last movie I saw in the theater was?
What?
That Puppet movie.
Puppet movie?
I don't remember the name of it. It was the Puppet movie it was Jim Henson's son who did it. Let me look it up.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Fucking, I can remember the tagline. I can't remember the name of the movie. It was all street, no sesame. I can't, Puppet movie, Jesus. Puppet movie. I just typed in puppet movie. Oh, the Happy Time Murders is the first thing that came up. I
mean, Google knows your shit.
Yeah, I like puppetry. Like, I think it's really interesting.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a great way to tell a story. That's the last movie I saw, and it's not a great movie, but I'm like, I enjoyed it. That was in the theaters when Crazy Rich Asians first hit theaters. And I've yet to see that.
Crazy Rich Asians?
You never heard of that?
No.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to say anything about it, but it's about these Asians, and I guess that they're crazy rich.
Cool. I mean, good for them, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not clamoring to go to the theater. And you know what? Like, I've never watched It's a Wonderful Life.
No?
That's the one where he's like, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to jump off the bridge, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that one, I could be saying the wrong movie. That one, I just watched that for the first time on vacation. It was the day after Thanksgiving, and my uncle was like, Christmas movie. And I was like, please no. And he put it on. So I was like, look how great, like, look at the great camera angles of this movie. This movie has brilliant camera angles that they don't do shit like that today.
Yeah, like brilliant technical syntax.
What do you mean by that?
Like, it is a quality... it's produced with quality, with using good technique.
Yeah. Yeah, like, there's just... I hate that, like, I have to go see a Tarantino movie to get something that's visually stimulating. I don't feel like anybody's making a movie anymore to make something that's a story. It's people are making shit to fucking just put out a product.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like, do you want...
I mean, at the same time, like, if Bethesda said they were going to make Fallout 3 remastered tomorrow, that's just gunning for your money.
Yes, exactly. That's what the entire company is doing. I paid over $200 for a fucking video game that's not even finished. Like, I'll be the first person to say it.
But you would buy it.
Yes, I'd buy it. I'd buy fucking 3 copies of it.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Because it's and I get the argument. I know where my money is going. Yeah. It's something I already like. If you already like the Marvel movies, your money's already spent, and they know that. Yeah. But, like, I don't think we have to be hypercritical about everything and be like, well, what is this saying about society? Because you should be able to turn your brain off. That's fine. But when you're putting out 4 movies a year, it's a little insulting. I think it is. Because everybody likes, like, you know how you've played Skyrim or Fallout a billion times, and it's like, it's like, fuck it. I'm just gonna, like, make a new character, make him max level, and just give him all the stats and run around and just punch people for fun. Yeah, that's real fun. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. It's just like, all right, I know how this movie's gonna end. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna hop in, and then I'm gonna hop out. Like, you know what I mean? I know what's gonna happen. Yeah. Like, I see what you're saying. I just don't want people to... I mean, this kind of sounds shitty, but I don't want people to get, like, complacent in their entertainment. Always strive to have something better. And like how I said 76 isn't finished, it's very buggy, but I'm loving it. And I'm having a great time. Me too. Having so much fun. But you know what? We're also the target demographic. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, a little bit off topic. I think we should pay some respects to Steven Hillenburg. Yeah. Yeah. That man... That, speaking of entertainment, like, jeez. I thought you were going to bring up Stan Lee, that's why I cut you off. No. You know what's actually funny? He died when, I think I was on vacation, so we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Yeah. But, like, a few episodes ago, I said something about him being dead. Really? Yeah, and I was thinking about it the other day, but, like, Stan Lee inspired children of not just 2 or 3 generations, but, like, lifetimes worth of people. You know what I mean? Like, every kid, and this is what I kind of going back to the Marvel movies. Some kids watch it, and that's kind of like what it's for, is for kids to see a kid's face light up as the Hulk smashes someone into the freaking pavement. Then I get it. Like, I'm not saying this about kids. It's for kids, they're great movies. There's something you can invest time into, and for kids, that could be the first kind of start of your individuality. Like, that can be like, I'm an individual because I like this. Because, you know, when you're kind of a kid and you're kind of just thrown in front of the TV and you watch whatever, that could be the first time you say to your parents, like, I want to go see this movie. And, like, with Stan Lee, something that I always think about is I went to Philly Comic-Con when I was, like, 14. And I went with, like, my mom and a friend and my friend's mom. And Stan Lee was there signing autographs, and there was a bunch of kids that had wheelchairs or some sort of disability, be it mental or physical. I wasn't asking them, so I don't know. And I remember saying to my mom, like, why would you want to bring somebody like that here? It's so crowded and noisy. And my mom said, because when they read those comics, like, they weren't them. They were that superhero. They were Spider-Man, or they were the Hulk, or they were Captain America. Like, they were somebody else. And because Stan Lee had such a heavy part in that, you kind of feel like, in a weird way, it's a part of you that you never get to meet. I mean, she didn't say this part. I'm kind of, like, saying how I interpreted it. But, like... Powerful figures in fantasy can empower you. Yeah, exactly. And it was just, like... I don't know, just imagine being in your 90s and... somebody who's just as old, if not older than you, and somebody who's like 6 years old could appreciate the work that you've done. That's incredible. And that's what I want. You? Yeah. Really? Yeah.
I want to create games that make people feel awesome. And also create games that make people feel sad. I want to create a stimulating experience for people.
I feel that. That was a real shame.
Yeah, both for Stan Lee
and Steven Hillenburg. We should talk about him because, like, I was just watching a video about how there will never be another show like SpongeBob. I forget who did the video, but it was saying about how it came out and, like, you know the thing with, like, I don't know if cartoons are still doing it, but they would do, like, gross out close-up shots.
Yeah, like Ren and Stimpy did it.
Yeah, and it started with Ren and Stimpy, but, like, arguably, not arguably, SpongeBob was the bigger show.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they did it, but it was bigger because it was on them. It was with them. That's another thing that, like, there's always, like, every 3 months there's a new SpongeBob meme.
Yeah, it's a timeless piece of work.
Yeah, and
that's, like, it's across multiple generations too.
Yeah.
Like, the show still cranks out, like, quality internet buffoonery. And
apparently the show got better.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Because I know they had a low point for a while.
Yeah, it was the first SpongeBob movie came out, and Steven Hillenburg said he was done for a while. And then the second movie came out, and he said he wanted to come back on the show. And then he came back, and apparently it's been great, but apparently Nickelodeon doesn't pay royalties, which is kind of fucked up.
Oh.
But
I mean, I guess they just own the IP, so.
Yeah, which is kind of like, I don't know, I would think you would sign it where they make, like, a percentage. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, like, he sold them the show and then wrote for it, but you would think he would make, like, I would even do, don't pay me for the writing, just give me a percentage of all the episodes played.
I mean, it's really hard to get a royalty deal, especially when you get to have your dream job of making cartoons.
No, I know, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know, so I can't really say, but
yeah.
No, those were two great people that we lost that inspired children, and dude, I still reference SpongeBob. Yeah. I reference SpongeBob every single day.
Oh yeah.
You know how many times I say, let me think of something not offensive. Hold on.
We're about to say grandma's ass cheeks.
Yeah. You know how many times a day I go, grandma's ass cheeks, or Christopher Walken, I love his movies. And that's not even official SpongeBob. That's fucking grandma's kisses.
Yeah.
And, like,
which is just like a big meme anyway.
Oh, but dude, do you remember in school when everybody was selling chocolate and you'd hear, I've got chocolate, and you'd hear down the hall, like, chocolate. Like,
yeah.
We were 15, 16, 17 years old still referencing that. And to the fucking day I die, I'll hear someone say, pick me up some chocolate. And the first thing I'll do is just go, chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate. And I hated it. Yeah, like, even just like, you know where someone's going.
Yeah.
Or
it's the first,
like the Krusty Krab pizza.
Is the pizza for you and me.
You see what I mean? That's like fucking Mr. Plow. I know you're not a Simpsons guy, but there was I was listening to the radio, and it's, like, still funny. He's like, I'm Mr. Plow. That's my name. My name again is Mr. Plow. Like, that's, like, timeless shit, and it's just something that's gonna be around forever, and people are gonna sit there and look at it. So
yeah.
Welcome to Atomic Radio Hour, the show that talks about podcasts,
Nickelodeon and
Disney and the industry, and a baby named Frank.
Yeah, a little bit off topic this episode.
Like, he would wear jeans, right? He would wear, like, little dungarees,
like overalls. Yeah.
Oh, you're thinking overalls? I was thinking, like, not even good jeans, like Wrangler. Like Wrangler jeans and a fucking Hard Rock Cafe shirt from Seattle when he went 30 years ago.
Or like a sweat-stained Metallica shirt.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, God, a baby named Frank.
A baby named Frank, dude.
If anybody's listening to this and you're good at the art, please produce
a baby named Frank.
Please just send us an artist's depiction of a baby named Frank.
So, to paint you a bit more of a word picture, this is a baby
whose name is Frank.
whose name is Frank.
No, it's up to them. Don't tell them what to do. It's totally up to them.
I was just gonna paint a word picture.
Well, let me hear what your idea is.
So my idea of this is a baby wearing overalls, but like the top is undone of the overalls, so just kind of like hanging out, and it's like a sweat stained but black Metallica shirt, and he's smoking a cigarette, and he's like balding, but like the face is like a 40 or 50-year-old man with like some stubble, and he's sitting on a Harley.
Did you ever were you a Looney Tunes kid growing up?
A little bit here and there.
I remember there's an episode, and oh, there it is, maybe. There's an episode where Bugs Bunny interacts with a mobster. And it might not be Looney Tunes, it might be Merry Melodies. It's older. It's Babyface Malone. And it's a baby with like the face of like a 40-year-old Italian immigrant. Like the stereotypical. I can't find it. I typed in Looney Tunes Babyface Malone, and that's kind of what I'm picturing.
Damn, I'm trying to find it now.
Yeah, it's literally just it's like the stereotypical depiction of an Italian immigrant as a mobster, but he's the size of a baby with a very wide face, and he's like smoking a cigar. I can't find it. I might have found it. Let me see. It's not with the big hat?
No.
Okay, send it to me because I really want to see it.
All right, hold on.
It's not the one with the keyhole, is it?
It's the keyhole one.
I don't think it's that. That's Babyface Finster.
No, I think I found it.
Okay, let me see it. What are you sending it to me on?
I'm sent on the Discord.
Put it in general chat.
Put it in general. Do you want me to?
Yeah, just everyone with no context, just general chat. No,
but that's
really funny. No, that's newer. This is like the old, like 60s, 70s Looney Tunes when Mel Blanc was still doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I'll find it because now it's
You'll find it eventually.
Me. Yeah, but no, I just like imagine like what kind of friends does a baby named Frank have? Like Nelson, Ralph, like.
Hold on. Are we making like a baby named Frank lore here?
Let's make Rugrats. But of ugly baby names.
So
Frank can be Tommy.
All right. Best friend going up is a chain smoking woman with a poorly dyed red hair named Cheryl.
Cheryl, okay.
Yeah.
And she's like in her late 60s and still works at the same diner, and she greets you with, "What can I get you, honey?" And
it's like really bad, cheap green or blue eyeshadow.
Oh my god, I love her. And she's a little overweight.
A little bit,
just
but
a little bit.
Only because she treats herself with her diet.
Yeah. Her diet
and she definitely smokes like a pack a day. She might kind of have one of these little things. She smokes 2 packs a day.
The throat thing, well, what can I get you type of thing.
Yeah, but not quite. She's not there yet.
Okay. What's her name? Cheryl?
Cheryl,
so we got Frank.
Cheryl Ann.
2 names, McGee!
It's Cheryl Ann.
So we got Frank and Cheryl Ann.
If we have any Cheryl Anns listening, please come on the podcast.
Any Franks? Any babies named Frank?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're Frank, you could be my baby.
So she's gonna be the Chucky, right?
Oh, I don't know. I guess.
So we need twins. I think we should go with fraternal. Like Phil and
Fraternal twins. Yeah.
Oh god.
Do you have any ideas?
I kind of want to go with like a tiny person and a giant.
Huh.
But I don't think that's I don't know. I don't think that's super funny.
How about like fraternal twins? We got that down.
Oh, well, how could they be a giant and a little person? They're babies.
Yeah, they're babies.
I'm an idiot.
All right, but like how about one is like super smart and like owns a construction business and like is really business savvy.
Okay.
And the other one paints for a living.
Uh-huh.
And just smokes meth a lot.
Why meth? They're babies.
I mean, if a baby named Frank can chain smoke cigarettes with Cheryl.
Yeah, but okay.
Cheryl Ann, then.
All right, I got something funnier than fraternal twins.
Okay.
You ready?
All right, tell me about it.
Conjoined twins.
I don't know.
Come on! Think about how funny that would be to be like, this one's always taking up my space. Like...
I don't know. I mean, pitch it to me.
Okay. They hate each other, but they love each other deep down inside, right? So, like, they could be like, hey, that's my shirt. And be like, no, that's my shirt. And it's like, fuck. The joke could be like, we share this space. That's why I get an arm and you get an arm. Like,
I don't know. Maybe.
I think that could be funny. You're asking me to come up with something on the spot. That's not fair. Well, it is kind of fair because I pitched it.
You're asking me to come up with more people on the spot.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know, because I think, like, a baby named Frank, a baby named Cheryl Ann, and, like, it has to be just, like, it just has to be, like, the biggest group of misfits.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. All right, I got one.
All right.
So, it's another lady.
Okay.
Her name is Wendy.
Okay. I thought that was just going to be it. Her name is Wendy. No. Oh, wow.
Her name is Wendy. She's married to a successful Wall Street investor, and she's addicted to Botox.
But would Wendy hang out with a Frank?
I mean, what
job does
together.
Frank do? They're babies.
I mean, they go to preschool.
What job does Frank do?
He's a, I don't know, what job does a baby named Frank do?
I don't know. Cheryl Ann's a waitress.
We already got that.
A baby named Frank. I feel like he would be like an electrician.
I can see an electrician. Yeah, I was gonna say a car, like the guy that tricks out a car. Yeah, like a mechanic, but not like a fixes your carburetor kind of mechanic. Like he tricks them out and then sells them for a profit.
Like a flipper.
Yeah, like he'll still do mechanic work on the side if he has to, if he has like a bad month. But like,
we need to get to a new topic. Do you want to bring anything to attention? You want to say anything important, anything pertinent in today's world?
In today's world?
Just anything.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, are you drinking enough water?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Hell yeah.
Also, listeners at home, have you drank any water today? 'Cause you're looking parched to me. Just want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Other than that, I'm not really sure if I have anything else I have to say. Do you have anything interesting that's happened to you this week?
No. I did a lot of driving.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was really good. The gravy.
Yeah, I know.
You had aware. Some. It's your carton of it is still in my fridge.
I doubt it will leave your fridge.
Ouch. Just go to my parents' house and get it.
Yeah, I could. But
damn, like Thanksgiving was great, but like I just kind of slept all day because I didn't have any classes because I was home. Okay. So I didn't get any work done whatsoever. So now I'm kind of screwed for this week.
I see.
Because I'm a big idiot and I didn't allocate my time properly while I was home. But like I needed the break. I really did. I was going crazy.
Yeah, that's what I did. Not that I have class or anything, but like...
you have a lot of stuff on your plate.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I'm going on vacation.
Yeah.
And like
everybody needs a vacation.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
On the way home, my phone rang like twice. And I was like, I have been gone for like 10 days. And my phone didn't go off once. And
so
now...
that must have been a very traumatic experience for you.
Yeah, it like went off twice. And I was like, I fucking hate not... I hate my phone. If I wasn't addicted to social media, I'd have a flip phone.
Really?
Because there's no reason that I can access... There should be no reason why I could access Twitter 24/7 from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I really like Twitter. That's an issue.
No, I do too, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't know.
It's just like... It's really nice to be able to just kind of scream into the void.
And sometimes it screams back.
For better or for worse.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man.
I mean, there are some good parts of social media. You get to meet new people.
I guess, but you gotta be careful.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've met some pretty fine folks that are now friends of the show because of social media.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Shout out to fucking White Collar and Mrs. E, but...
Yeah, we love those people.
Very much, but, like, I'm not gonna, like, meet some person off of Twitter. You know what I mean?
In a usual circumstance, yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna meet somebody because, like, oh, you tweet a funny thing, I tweet a thing back, we're buddies now. Like, I don't know, I think the internet... I was having a conversation with White the other day about online politics versus real-life politics. I say that with air quotes. Like, what is the difference? And at the same time, how are they the same? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's we live in a weird time because I feel like we're still living in kind of the time that is the merge between the analog and the digital kind of era.
Yeah.
And I am a big fan of the analog era.
And I am a big fan of the digital.
Yeah, I don't understand why I need to be plugged into something for 48 hours a day.
Oh, like, I get tired of it. I agree. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's just... I hate that, like... And I don't want to sound like an old man when I say this, but, like, I hate when there's, like, kids my age that, like, don't know how to interact. Or, like, I went out to dinner the other day with my mom, right?
Yeah.
And, like, I saw a kid that I went to school with his brother, so he's a few years younger than me. And, like, he was sitting there at dinner with his mom, eating and looking at his phone.
See, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, and his mom was just, like, sitting there
eating.
If
you're out to dinner, you should be speaking to the people that you are, like, with.
Yeah.
Like, that's not that hard.
It's
that's
one
what
thing
you
if
do.
You're having a conversation and then someone's like, wait, what year was JFK born? And it's like, oh, I know what year JFK was born. It's like, it was this. No, it wasn't, you idiot. It was this. And then it's like, well, I'm going to look it up. And then you look it up. That's different.
Wow, we've had an enriching experience using the internet.
Yeah, but if it's like, you're looking at your phone the whole... Like, I was like, I wanted to say something. I was going to say to him, I was like, yo, get off your phone and talk to your mother. Like, but...
At the same time, it's like, you're not my dad.
Yeah, it's not my place to say that.
Yeah.
But
like, when I go out to dinner with my parents, like, unless I'm, like, not feeling good, like, I have a decent conversation.
Yeah,
even when I go out with you guys, like, I try my best.
See, if all of our friends weren't a bunch of broke dick losers, shout out to all my friends.
Come on the podcast, guys. We love you.
All of you.
Yeah.
I would want to do, you put your phone in the middle, and whoever touches it first pays for everybody.
But yeah, that's not cost effective.
You wouldn't touch your phone.
Oh, I mean, I know I wouldn't. I have that power.
Or you pay for everybody else's tip.
See, that one's a bit more fair, I feel like.
Yeah, but if there's 4 people, and, I mean, you're going to wind up paying, like $30 as a tip.
Oh, yeah, but, like, that's better than paying, like, what, you go out with 6 people and, like, have to pay, like, $170.
Yeah. But, like, you wouldn't fucking do it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember going out with people, and it's like, put your phone down, we're having dinner. And it's like, yeah, my girlfriend's calling me. Like, tell her to fucking wait. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kids these days with their fucking internet and their rock and roll and their malts.
Yeah. It's, the degrading of society.
Alright, let me ask you this. Kids...
you had some really serious cadence there.
What do you mean?
You had something to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that kids are constantly exposed to everything, what was the first time you remember being, like, around any sort of, like, nudity or, like, pornography or drugs or alcohol?
See, I come from an Irish family, so I've always been around alcohol.
Okay.
That's just how it goes. But, in terms of, like, nudity and stuff, like, my parents are kind of rad. So, I've always had a really, like, open and, like, relationship with my family, and, like, I was able to discuss topics with my family that I feel like a lot of
You just walked into the living room and your dad's watching Backdoor Sluts 9?
No. Of course not. But, like, my parents had, like, HBO growing up, so, like, you come down from, like, going to bed early, and you see some, like, dude banging some chick on an HBO show.
And they didn't change it?
No.
Really?
I mean, they would like pause it or something. We always had the thing where like you can pause the TV.
Wow.
But like,
yeah, and look how you turned out.
yeah, pretty fine. In
I'm
fact,
joking.
I would say.
Calm down.
I'm not. I took it as a joke. We're good. But like, yeah, I mean, I've never had any issues with that. Like in terms of like drugs, I was in the DARE program.
So was I.
Drugs that have no effect on me. I'm actually immune.
I remember the first time someone showed me pot or weed or whatever the fuck the kids are calling it. I remember
the devil's lettuce.
I was so scared.
Really?
I must have been in 7th grade, 8th grade, 7th grade. We were behind somebody's house. I don't know whose house it was. It was some fucking person who lived in our town. And they were like, "This is weed." And I was like, "Yeah, hey, good for you." He's like, "Smell it." And I'm like, I don't know, man. You sure? You sure there's enough for the two of us? And he's like, and it was just like a dime bag. And he's like, "Fucking smell it." And I'm like, "All right, man." And I smelled it, and I was like, "Okay." And I remember getting like nervous, like, and it was nothing. I didn't have it on me. I didn't have it near me. I didn't have it in me.
Yeah.
Like, I was a child. But like, alcohol I remember being introduced to fairly young. I never really drank. I don't drink now. But I remember being like 13 and finding out like kids were drinking.
See, that's insane to me. What do you have to drink to forget at age 13?
You don't. You see that it's cool. Quote unquote cool.
I mean, I guess, but like, it's not that cool.
It's really not. It's shitty. Someone told me recently that they had just gotten so drunk that they were taking a picture, a group photo with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Said cheese, blinked, and then they woke up in their house fully clothed.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
How do those two events correlate?
They were taking a picture, went, closed their eyes after the picture was taken, and then
like blacked out there.
Blacked out right there, and the next time they woke up was like 12 hours later, and they opened their eyes and went, "I have to pee," got halfway to the bathroom in their house and went, "When the fuck did I get here?"
That's nuts. Like, I've never
Why
been
the
in
fuck
such
would
a
you ever
sorry
want to
state.
be like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, something I really appreciate is I like wine. Like, I spent some time in Europe, and I really grew to appreciate wines with my meals. So, like, I like that. That's my thing.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like there's no reason to forget your week.
Doesn't make sense to me.
I've got too much shit to do.
Yeah.
To spend that much time, to have that much lost time.
Just, I don't know, man. I don't get it. But,
yeah.
I don't know. I was also exposed to sex, like, way too young, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember I was, like, allowed to go on the computer, and I would go on Newgrounds and shit.
Oh, yeah?
And Newgrounds would have fucking, like, just flat-out pornography. And then I remember my computer got a virus where it would just pop up and be fucking hardcore porn.
Really?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I was never, like... I remember, like, being like, "This is on here. I didn't do it. How do we fix it?"
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man. I just think kids are exposed to shit really, really young. And I mean, I think I can kind of speak for that, because we're, like I said, we're that weird middle ground.
Yeah.
Because, like, we weren't taught how to code in school.
I mean, I took a coding class in high school.
Yeah, but I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah.
So, but that's going to be, like, the next thing. That's going to be typing.
Yeah, basically.
You want to end this on a positive note, my friend?
Yeah. I think despite the internet having its downfalls, we are the most... despite what people would think, probably the most educated and literate generation ever.
Oh, I think that's like a fact.
Yeah. So I think that our exposure to information constantly, whether it's like actual decent information of like being able to research and learn new things, or just being connected with people, there's something to gain there that it's hard to quantify. And I think that's something that we can only really see with time, how it affects us on a societal level.
You think so? You don't think we could have like an immediate societal reaction to something?
I mean, we could.
Because I could think of something, but it's so what do you call it, that I don't think it's a fair. It's so impactful that I don't think it's a fair argument.
Like, when massive tragedy strikes...
Yeah, I was thinking 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when there's massive tragedy, that stuff really moves people, too. But, I mean, in terms of, like, slow burn, I feel like we can make some really good progress with the tools we got.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Know what else you're not disagreeing with?
No, tell me.
I would think that it's Feather Duster.
Oh?
It's our intro music. It's by the wonderful, illustrious Shane Ivers. If you want to get our intro music, which that's ours, don't.
Yeah, don't.
You can find that at silvermansounds.com/freemusic/featherduster. But my question is, where can they find us on Twitter, Vince?
They can find the show on Twitter at Atomic Radio Hour. Again, that's at Atomic Radio Hour, and a third time, because repetition is key, at Atomic Radio Hour on Twitter. You can find the show. But if you'd like...
What about you, though?
But if you'd like to follow myself, thank you, Declan. If you'd like to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at all capitals, _Boogans. Again, that's at _Boogans. At _Boogans in all capitals. And how about you, my friend?
You can find me at my name. That is at Declan_Bean. The capitals shouldn't matter. But if you want that again, I'll hit it with you. That is at Declan_Bean.
And you want to hit him a third time?
I could.
All right.
That'd be at Declan_Bean.
You want to go for the fourth, or do you not think you're ready yet?
I don't think I'm ready for that.
You sure?
I think they got the memo.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm quite positive.
We'd love if you were to follow us on Discord. The link for our Discord is in the description below. We're always on there having a conversation. We're always talking about either the new Fallout game or the show itself, or just stuff that's going on in everybody's lives.
We've got some pretty sweet emojis of, like, Vault Boys dabbing.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to be a part of that, that's something to be a part of.
And we have Danny DeVito as Pikachu.
That's a good one.
We have one of Boone's wife. You can come in and find out what that looks like. But yeah, you can follow us there. When you jump in, make sure you at either myself or Declan and say hello. And this week we have something. I don't know what it is, but it's coming at you. Here it is.
Woohoo!
Overseer Matthew's personal log of November 30th, 2107. Many dwellers had requested a way that they could interact with other dwellers in a fashion that we hadn't previously tried before. We tried letting them intermingle together, anywhere from 24 to 36 dwellers at a time. We had a program all set up, and after years and years of trial and error, we finally had something that we can finally put to a form of a test. Now, to get people on board with the test, we promised them that if they signed up early, they would be given a hat and a bag. Enough people had signed up where we were willing to try it. We had given it to them, and most of them liked it, but some were still skeptical of the procedure. Now, after this, a few weeks later, we were ready to launch the full program, and even though they had had some time to try it and see how they felt, once they got fully into the investment of it, a lot of them said that there was some sort of compatibility issues, or that there was not enough to do, there weren't enough people to speak with. As an incentive to sign up for the program early on, we had given them a hat and a bag to carry things around with them to help them make friends and acquaintances. The bag that I had promised them was not what we had an abundance of, and I had to use a similar but not the same quality bag. First, I thought this might be just a minor discrepancy, but it turns out that all of the dwellers are ready to metaphorically chop my head off at any given time because of this small discrepancy. Once I tried explaining them that it wasn't about the bag, it was about the adventures that you were going to be having, they didn't want to hear it, but given the way I've seen these Vault Dwellers act in the past, it'll only take anywhere from 6 weeks to about 6 months before they are acting the way they used to act, and they are enjoying the vault how they had in the past. Any updates on this procedure, I will be putting down on my holotape and recording them here in my Overseer's personal log. This is Overseer Matthews of Vault on November 30th of 2107, signing off.
Atomic Radio Hour